All right, well, it is Melissa and the one and only Clay Walker here at K92.3 Country Thunder. So this is the third year they've done it here in Orlando, and you were just commenting on the weather because last year it was a month earlier, which is prime rainy season for Florida. So it's warm, but it's good.
Well, Melissa, it's my pleasure to be here, and obviously with great weather, even better. But it's crazy because fans will stay during rain or snow. I mean, if they're real fans, they just stay. But Country Thunder has always been one of my favorite, places to play. I mean, there's a few of these across the country, but this is the one I've been looking forward to.
Well, I was going to say that during the pandemic, you did an interview with Obie and Ashley on our morning show, and it was one of the biggest videos of our year on social media. So many people in Orlando absolutely love you, your music, all of it, to the point where they sat, I'm pretty sure it was like a 45-minute video, and they sat through most of it, watching it, getting our numbers up. So thank you for that.
Right.
So Orlando is definitely ready for Clay Walker to take the stage.
Happy to help. I got to tell you, this year has been an amazing touring year for us, and to make it to this show. And there's certain shows that artists do look forward to. They look at their schedule, and I look a couple of months out, and I was like, oh man, I cannot wait to get there and do this show. I love Troy Valhofer, who owns Country Thunder, and just flattered that he wants us to be on these shows. So it's fantastic.
Well, and you have played our K92.3. Back in the day, it was the acoustic jam. Before it, now it's just the All-Star Jam. And Tracy Lawrence has also played it before.
Oh my gosh, I remember the first time I played that with him.
Well, and I did want to bring up, because I know you guys toured together this last year, and I've read multiple, because I haven't been able to make it out to one of those shows, but I have read that you guys sing together very similar to how the acoustic jam and the All-Star Jam is done, where it's like a sitting on the stage. You guys, one person starts singing, the other people start joining in every now and then. Some people sing their own songs. So how has that been this last year with Tracy fans, Clay fans, and then you guys doing it together?
Tracy and I both, are deeply connected to the roots of country music. We both love a lot of the same artists, Keith Whitley, Merle Haggard, George Jones, George Strait, obviously. But so when we do these shows together, which I'm going to be in a couple of weeks, we have some more shows coming up together. It's us on stage with one band. Like, we have our band, we have 3 or 4 members from each one of our bands up there. And the shows have been riveting. I mean, when people come out, when we come out, people stand up and they never sit down. I mean, it is like going to a rock concert. It's been pretty great. So, country music is alive and well, and what I've seen is that the fan base is there. I mean, the hardcore country fans, they have not gone away. They want to hear that 90s and 2000s country, and it's resonating.
Well, and I know that between the two of you, you probably don't have one song on there that people don't know, because you guys have so many hits together. And so it's one of those shows where, it's not one of you and then you go off like
we're
you said.
Leaving about 20 hits out.
How do you even pick which ones to not sing?
Believe me, you hear about it later in social media. People will say, you didn't do this one. I'm like, no joke. We played 3 hours. And we still had 20 hits left.
So do you switch it up per concert, like try and getting some of those hits in that you didn't get to sing?
No. We go with a certain set list because, but in my regular shows, we do change it up a lot, a whole lot. But with me and Tracy, because it's both of our bands, out of respect for the band members and stuff, we got to keep it pretty much uniform.
Yeah.
But man, within those guidelines, within those boundaries, it's a playground. Tracy and I both we both love to entertain, and we both love to bring smiles to people's faces, and we get a little rowdy. So it's.
So I do want to ask, because we have somebody on our staff who likes to go to concerts and look up the set list before he goes. And I cannot do that. So coming to as a fan going to a show, are you the type of person that likes to know exactly what's coming up next, or do you prefer the crowd to know maybe what's coming up next, or is that one thing you're like, leave it a secret, let it be a fun game?
Well, like I said, on my own shows, minus the ones I do with Tracy, we don't really have a set list. It's we go out there and it's almost like we're just reading the audience, and we get a lot of the hits in, and it's rare that we'll do a song that's not a hit.
Yeah.
But with Tracy, we're not going to reveal anything. We're going to go out
Dang
there
it.
and no, you don't get to see the set list early. No, but I will say that he and I both have occasionally added some songs that we felt like people would know. Like he does the Jamie Johnson In Color, you know, and then I've put Amarillo by Morning in there sometimes, and it's just a free for all. But overall, I would say that, you know, people come to hear their memories, you know, to relive memories, and that's I think that's one of the reasons why familiarity on radio does so well, you know, and of course, though, we got to get the new music out there too. I've got a new song called You Look Good, and I think a woman might like to hear that sometime. No, you look good. You know?
So I do want to round this out because I don't want to waste your time, because we got to get you out there.
You're not wasting my time. I'm happy to be here.
But so you're a dad, and I am expecting in February. So, well, thanks for the surprise look.
I did not know. I mean, I did not know.
So I would just love any advice that you can give me from a parent to a soon-to-be parent. I'm trying to get it from as many people as possible to get all of the advice.
Well, what I would say is that, and this is important to any person. First of all, you don't know what it's like to be a mom, right? You don't have any children.
Yeah, no, this is my first.
And what's crazy is, you know, you have the baby all to yourself right now. At least you think you do.
Yeah.
And then when you have the baby, it's just such a magical experience, I would say. Don't be afraid to hurt people's feelings before the baby is born. Kick their ass out of the room. Make them say, this is my time with me, the daddy. And you just have to have that time, and you gotta, because no one's gonna, you don't even know what's gonna happen at that moment. And I gotta say that's the most special few minutes of your life, and don't let anyone take a piece of that from you.
Yeah.
It needs to be just you and your husband, your baby, and maybe your mom. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. She's already created a whole nursery for her grandson in her room. But so, do your kids like country music? Because that's one of my things. Is I'm like, okay, am I gonna start him off too early where he's gonna grow up hating it? Because I don't know how to do that.
No, my kids love country music. But I have to tell you something. They think that AC/DC is a new rock band. I mean, like I have 4 boys and a girl. My little girl is the biggest, you know, Sarah Evans, Taylor Swift, Patsy Cline.
All the things.
We get in the truck, though, my boys want to crank up Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution or Back in Black or Shook Me All Night. And I mean, they got it blaring, you know, and I'm jamming with them, and my daughter's putting her fingers in her ears. But no, you cannot introduce them to country music too soon. Good. And, you know, it is their life. I mean, my kids love country music. And it's kind of awesome to hear them singing my songs. Like, literally, I have a 21-month-old, and he sings my songs. I mean, every word. He understands them. I mean, he doesn't pronounce the words perfectly. He knows all the melody. He even knows the musical parts that are playing. He'll hum them. And I'm like, this is crazy.
That's awesome.
Great.
Well, thank you so much. We're very excited to see you hit the stage later. And Clay Walker.
Melissa, I hope you have a little girl.
I have a boy.
I hope she has your eyes. Is it a boy?
It's a boy.
You already know. Well,
but he's going to have my eyes. I'm
Hope
already
he
going to
has
make
your
sure that
eyes.
happens.
It's great. Thank you.